Hey guys, this is Dan with Gears and Gadgets. Thanks for tuning in. I've been dreading this video, but today we are going to be attempting yet again another DIY of swapping tires on our 2018 Harley-Davidson Heritage. I say dreading lightly. I tried this previously and I kind of gave up. So back for a video a day till this channel hits 100K. One of these videos is we are going to be giving the Rabaconda another shot. I watched one of their videos on their YouTube channel this morning. I think I should be able to get it done this time. I hope. I don't want this video to be ending with me like I did on the rear tire, where I just got frustrated, took it to the dealership, and had them do it because, well, that's a failure. So today, we're gonna give it another go. Let's pull the tire changer down and see if we can get this thing done. Now I see the comments, people who are like, oh man, you can just take it to wherever and have them do it for, I don't know, whatever cheap numbers people like to throw out. I've never been as lucky to find anybody who's gonna do things as cheap as the YouTube commenters tend to say they will. And a lot of people question, like, why would you even try to do something like this yourself? Say it until the day I die. If you can figure out how to do something yourself, it's almost always better than going and having it done. Not easier, but better. And that's what really got me interested in this Rabaconda tire changer in the first place, is the ability to be able to do something like this yourself and not have to rely on a shop. So let's give this thing a go. Now, Rabaconda sent this out to me quite a while ago, and like I said, I failed at my first attempt, and I wasn't afraid to share that with you guys. But today, I hope to show you a reason that you might want to order something like this yourself. And I will link in the description down below to Amazon, where you can check out the Rabaconda tire changer if it's something you'd be interested in. It's going to be easier if you're doing it with a like a dirt bike tire or something like that. As you start getting into these cruiser tires, they're definitely going to be a lot trickier because the sidewalls are just way more stiff. Assembling this from memory here, so we'll see. This all seems about right. Bead breaker, duck bill, which we'll get into that later. Tire rod. There's a regular tire. Is that like a sheath to protect the wheel? I like that. I didn't realize I had that on there. And then this we'll need also because we have spoked tires. So that is the assembly. So this tire hasn't been sitting in the sun all that long, so we'll see. Hopefully it's warm enough to get it to break off. I need to pull off my Fobo TPMS sensor. I also highly, highly recommend these Fobo TPMS sensors if your motorcycle does not have TPMS. I've been running these things for years now, and I love it. It's a great way to keep tire pressures in check. Let's give her hell. We're gonna start trying to break this bead. Now, they made it look real easy on their video. It's kind of how marketing works, but we're gonna give it a real shot this time. There we go. I'm not trying to show you guys how to do it. I'm just trying to show you that you can do it. You should reference the same videos that I am. It's always funny when you watch YouTubers who like are clearly just watching a video and then regurgitating it to you as if they had never watched the video in the first place. I'm absolutely watching that video because it's like a necessity. There we go. We're off. Hopefully this isn't all rusted out on me. A little rubber strip, which is what I didn't order. Got a new one here that came in this morning. All right, we're gonna clean this wheel up. Let's try to get some of the surface rust off. All right, now we've got that cleaned up on the inside. We'll start working on getting this wheel set up for the reinstallation of the new tire, if all goes well. Let's get our tire strip on, which is the part that I had forgot that I needed. This just protects the spoke ends from wearing through the inner tube. The tire has been sitting in the sun for a while now. I'm going to line the inner tire with this talc. These tires are directional, so there's an arrow on the tread here, which says it goes that way. Rotor's on that side, so the tire's going to be going this way. We'll load the tube in after I get the first bead on. So we'll get some bead grease on here. Get her. Let's go. Let's go. We did it. All right, now I got to get the tube in there. So we'll pull the duck bill back out. You also want to make sure that this tube isn't getting twisted, which happened to me before. There we go. Oh wait, we're there. We're on. We frickin' did it. Tube seems good. We're on there. Now let's try to see if we can get this bad boy to seat on the beads. Need more air. Need more bead grease, I guess. Grease this up more. Get a little more grease on here so I can get this thing to seat. Well, I've been fighting this, trying to get the bead to seat. Has been kind of a pain in the ass. So, it's all the bead grease I can give it. All right, it's time to break out this soapy water. This is where we're at right now. This bead, you heard it pop. It sounds like it's on, but it is not. There's quite a lip here. I'll show you over on the rear tire. It's like flush on there, so it's just not seating all of the way. I'm done for today because this thing's gonna have to sit in the sun. We have one overcast day here in Phoenix where I actually need the sunlight, and I'm actually not entirely sure if this tube is even holding air. So, moral of the story, I think the Rabaconda tire changer is fine for non-tubed tires or tube tires on smaller, less rigid-sided tires. You know, these cruiser tires, they're thick walls, and it's just kind of a lot. So I'm not entirely sure if this tube is even good. I'll find out. I'm gonna let air sit in overnight and see if it holds the air. I'm not sure if the air that's evacuating is just the air that's around the tube or if there's actually a tear in the tube. We'll find out if it holds air or not overnight. And I think tomorrow, let it sit in the sun, get that thing seated, and then I'll put it on the tire balancer. But man, it's a bear. I do think that doing a tire change yourself is still not insane. It's hard to say that as I'm sitting here in the garage wrestling with this tire, but I think, again, for what it's worth, I will keep the Rabaconda and I will use it, especially if I end up with a bike that is a like a touring bike that doesn't have tube tires. I'll change those tires all day with the Rabaconda, no problem. But the tube tires just add a whole nother complexity to the situation where it's like a delicate part of the process that doesn't exist if you don't have tube tires. So chalking today up to a bit of a failure. I was hoping to get that tire back on. Tomorrow will be a part 2 because I've been struggling with this thing in the garage all day today, and I'm just gonna call it quits. Moral of the story is, you know, I think the Rabaconda tire changer or doing tire changes yourself, it's one of those things like, if you're gonna drop a comment down below saying like, I don't know why you would even try it. Obviously, you're not the kind of person who wants to try it. But if you're the kind of person who enjoys DIY and wants to kind of like beat up your hands and get dirty and kind of figure stuff out yourself, then I think it's absolutely worth it. My view on the Rabaconda, I don't dislike the Rabaconda. I just think that for this bike in particular, and these types of bikes in particular, that it's a bit much. And otherwise, I do recommend the Rabaconda for non-tubed tires when you're talking about cruisers. So again, thank you guys very much for tuning in. If this is your first time tuning in, please hit the subscribe button down below. Remember, likes go a long way to help support the channel. I'll see you guys next time. Link for Rabaconda in the description down below if today's video gave you the desire to want to do this. I'm sure I did a great job of selling it.